up, guys? Welcome back to Big Yogi'Z Garage. Today I got F1. What's up, F1?
What's up, Brody?
How you doing, man?
I'm great, man. I'm great.
Man, thank you for giving me the opportunity to have you on Big Yogi'Z Garage and chop it up with you, man.
Absolutely. I couldn't wait to come on here, man, for real.
Yeah, I already had set up with an interview with you on the 25th of October, but the other day, man, like I went to two of your shows, right? And I met you that first time, and then I seen you another show, and I said, hey, man, how you doing? My name is Yogi, and you said to me, I remember you. I met you that last time. And I was like, all right, so this is cool. You know what I'm saying? This dude kind of knows.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then I seen you the other day. I said, hey, we got that podcast coming up. And you said, bro, Yogi, I fuck with you, Yogi. Let's do it. And I said, okay. And I changed the date to let's go.
Yeah, absolutely. Because I mean, I got some stuff coming up, so I'm not going to be around, but I wanted to make sure that I got on here before I went.
Yeah, I appreciate you, man. Thank you so much.
No, I appreciate you.
Yeah, tell me, okay, so like right now, man, like your life is like a freaking movie.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about what's going on, man. What's going with F1 right now?
It's crazy. Everything that I've ever worked for is all paying off right now. That's what's happening with me right now. I got the right team around me. Shout out to my boy Lies Sly. A-Lies really put me in position, man. Like I've been trying to get, so I dropped the album August 4th, which is urban country or urban cowboy. It's urban country is the style of music that it is. And I've been working on it for about 3.5 to 4 years now.
Damn.
And I used to rap before, but you know, music started taking a turn when I lost one of my best friends. And then my youngest son was about to be born. And I made the song Kitchen. And when I made the song Kitchen, it like I don't know, it was like a singing, rapping thing, but it was kind of country feel with the guitar. And it just changed my trajectory a little bit of the direction that my music was gonna end up going in, because I really liked that feel. And I started seeing that people were really gravitating towards that sound. When I would show them the music, they would be like, oh, that's different, bro, but that's dope. And so I never in a million years would have thought I would have started going country. But from that point is when the migration to the countryside started happening. And so now where I'm at in my life, I haven't really told anybody, but I signed a deal thanks to A-Lies and my music as well. Had made it happen. But I signed a deal with Edward Crow, and Edward Crow is Yellow Wolf's manager. He manages a whole bunch of really dope artists, but his main artist is Yellow Wolf. And Yellow Wolf is in the circle with Jelly Roll, Struggle Jennings. They're all together. And so it was like he was saying like I was the missing link, you know what I mean?
Damn.
And so now I'm repping Slamerican, and Fella Nation is in the movement, and there's just a whole bunch of big things going on. I'm switching over my distribution to Quebec. I'm about to be in the prison systems everywhere. They're gonna get me on a major tour after the new year, going down to meet with Jelly Roll and them in a couple days.
Wow.
That's why I needed to get here. But yeah, it's crazy. Like,
and then how about the music? You said download it now because it's gonna come off, and you're gonna...
Well, yeah. We just had so what I was telling people is to download the album, download whatever single you like, because the music, we were planning on taking it down since I was transferring over to Quebec distribution. And what we were gonna do is we were gonna release like a single every month for like 5 months. And then we were gonna re-release the album as a deluxe edition featuring like Yellow Wolf, Jelly Roll, Struggle Jennings, just a whole bunch of dope artists. But we had a talk today, and the talk today was we're getting so much feedback from the album from people that are really going through hard times. And I'm going to try to talk about it without getting choked up, because I read these messages daily, and there's people that are looking at this, listening to the album and just to get through the day. And you don't think about that when you write stuff. I mean, I write my life, you know what I mean? I'm going through a hard time. My therapy has always been to write music. Ever since I was a little kid, my mother, you know, she was a guitarist, and she played music and wrote music and stuff. So like it's in my blood to write music, and that's my therapy. And so I tend to have songs that people can relate to, and you don't really think about the impact that your music is going to have on somebody's life until you start reading these messages of people that are going through like chemo or going through, you know, struggling with depression and wanting to commit suicide, and just telling me how the music is helping them through it. And so like to take it down just to put it back up later, or just to fulfill some type of, you know, monetary need, I'm cool on that. So we decided not to take it down right now. What we're gonna do is we're gonna add to it. We're gonna enhance it. So yeah, we're not gonna take it down.
Okay, all right, that's cool. That's good to know. Yeah, because like your songs, bro, like even I like for real, your song, like I've been in prison. I know exactly what you're going through. Like there's a song, I don't know which, I think Changes or one of them.
Chances.
Chances, yeah, man, like that song, bro. All them songs, bro, like all your songs, like I could feel like for real, because I was in those places, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
I was in the same places. I don't have the same exact experience as you, but I kind of feel, I was like, listen to your songs today, because I had to, you know, have this podcast, so I listened to a bunch of your songs, and bro, like, I don't know that switch came in there, where it came in, but it was a good thing. And then that song you're talking about, Kitchen, like whip, whip, whip.
You caught it.
Like that song right there, it's hood. It takes you back to the days where you was like grinding and, you know what I'm saying? And you're, you know, doing bad things, but also like it takes you into a crazy little like country feel to it, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. And whipping doesn't always have to be negative. You could be in the kitchen whipping up ideas, you know what I mean, to make positive things happen, but you always have to do what you, I mean, we tend to do what we got to do in order to make something happen.
Yeah, absolutely, because now that you said that, I never thought of that. But when you say whip, 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 I'm thinking about cooking up crack.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
Bro, that's what I was talking about at the time, because that's my history.
Because that's my history too.
Right, absolutely.
But it might hit someone different too.
Yes, exactly. And that's the thing, because like with Chances, you know, I was, you know, I tend to, coming from the streets and coming from the hustle, I tend to write things and relate to things, to the game, to the hustle, to the grind. It's not always, the grind is not always the dope game. People are grinding every day just to provide for their families. Every time, so Chances was like, I'll be taking chances traveling up and down that road just so we can have a mansion, all the diamonds dancing. Like, I take chances leaving my home every day to go to provide for my family. And I didn't understand that it was more than just the dope game. Cause I mean, for me, it was the dope game. I take chances catching cases, stuff like that. But then I was getting messages from nurses who had been nurses during COVID or, you know, work certain units. And they're like, man, I relate to this record so much because I don't never know if I'm going to get sick or if I'm not, if I'm going to make it home to my family, or truck drivers that an accident could happen, anything could happen. Every time this world is so crazy, every time you leave your home that anything can happen. So you take chances to leave, provide for your family and come back. So many people can relate to that record. I think that's why the record has done 300,000 views, and I didn't have any real promotion behind that. I just, you know, it's been organic. Everything
like organic,
has been organic.
Took off.
Yeah,
because it's so good.
For real, thank you.
Because that song right there, like, even like it makes me relate to this grind that I'm in right now.
Absolutely.
With this podcast, trying to grow it. Like, I'm trying to make this successful to feed my family.
Absolutely.
I got a cleaning business, you know what I mean? And I'm trying to grow that too. But I want to grow this also, because that one, my cleaning business is doing good.
Right.
But I don't want to clean toilets my whole life.
Right.
You know, I want that to run itself.
But it serves its purpose, though.
Of course, because I wouldn't have this if I didn't have that.
Absolutely.
I would never have a podcast because I got to pay for all this stuff.
And never forget that the wealthiest people, and I've been around a lot, and over the last couple of years, I've surrounded myself by people who are all doing better than me. They always say that in order to create wealth, you have to have multiple streams of income. It's not about just doing one thing and thinking you're going to get rich from it. It's doing a lot of little things that funnel in to the cup, to the pot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that cleaning business is another stream of income. It's not like it's your main income. It's not your love. It's just a piece of the puzzle that's gonna go ahead and create this big picture for you.
Absolutely.
So yeah, don't never look at it too negative.
No, yeah. I don't. That's really, to tell you the truth, that's the only income.
Yeah.
Because this podcast just costs me money.
Oh, for now.
But yeah, for now.
For now.
So right now, that's my bread and butter. You know what I mean? I love that job, but like I said, I just don't want to do it forever. You know what I mean? I want to be able to sit down with people and interview them and help them get their message across, and not only that, but help, you know, young people and whoever push their dream forward, you know?
Absolutely.
That's what I want to do, is help people push their dream forward. That's the main thing. Okay, so what's going on with Jelly Roll and all that stuff? Or do you want to move on to the next?
No, I mean, I got some records coming up, man. Shout out to Tasty. Tasty is a monster producer that I'm working with right now. And yeah. He's a Caskey's DJ. Shout out to Caskey's. Yeah. Shout out to everybody. Slum American. It's the fam. You know what I mean? Yeah. Crow. All my guys, like Edward Crow. Like, so he's my manager that I was speaking on, and he is. If you guys don't know who he is, you gotta look him up. His name is Edward Crow, and he is a phenomenal, not just manager, but just a phenomenal human being. He's like a brother to me. We clicked like immediately. Dope. And so as soon as he heard my music, he told me, he was like, I hear arenas. He was like, arena. They're sitting here playing to 28,000 people. Okay. And he's like, bro, I hear your music in arenas. Yeah. Like, you make arena music. And to me, like, for somebody that's actually doing that, that's a big deal to me. And he's put me in position with some big dogs, like some very, very powerful people. And we have a plan, and he's very excited, and I'm very excited about where we're going from here. I
went to your show at Gallo Lodo, man, and your songs are powerful, bro.
Thank you, man.
They make people come up. You know what I mean? You don't even gotta tell them; they just come.
Yeah.
Like, everybody just walked up. Everybody pulled out their phones. When you say that one where middle finger, how does that go?
Middle finger, like, come on, no.
Oh man, everybody! I have my phone. I just go like this. Everybody had their middle fingers up, man.
And shout out to my boy Raj Sanchez, man. That's my bro.
Oh, man. That dude,
he brought the fam out that night for real. But that's my brother from. We started when we was doing time in North Central. That's by my dog.
He said you said on stage that you and him used to talk about this.
Oh yeah, because he used to love my music. See, I had a record deal in Houston, rapping with Greenhouse Records, DJ Domination, and them, and. So when I came to prison, I had that CD, and he loved it so much I just gave it to him. That the one copy that I had, and he took it home, and like his kids would listen to it and stuff, and I would send other music like that we were making from the inside, make sure he would get it, because he became such a like inspiration to me, like letting me know that it was hot, and that you know they were feeling it and to keep going. And it was, I don't know, it was surreal to have that moment to where now I'm in the position I'm in, and I'm quiet about it, because it's not about, you know, talking about it and bragging about where I'm at. It's about getting there, and bringing everybody along for the ride as I move up. But to have that moment where we had a packed house in Gallo de Oro, and to be able to like just give him his roses while he's here, bro, was a dope moment.
It was a dope moment, and I noticed it. I was like, he was like, hey, what was it, Roger Sanchez? Yeah. He was like, Roger, man, we used to talk about this, and you guys said what's up like that. Yeah. I was like, damn. I was like, hey, they ain't playing. It's real life, because some people talk about that shit, but then they don't have another homie right there to back it up. Like right there, that's true. You guys really did talk about that in the prison.
Oh yeah.
And now you on stage doing it.
Yeah.
You doing your thing, man. I'm proud of you, bro.
Thank you, bro.
You know what I'm saying? I'm proud of everything you're doing, man, because I know the struggle, bro.
Yeah.
I know how hard it is to get out and then start all over. You know what I'm saying? You lost everything. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
Something happened. You went to jail and you lost everything, and you got to start your life over. It ain't fucking easy, bro. And I know.
It's not.
So I know that struggle, and it's a proud moment when you can look down at your homie and you're like, hey, bro, remember we was locked up in that joint?
Yeah.
I made it, baby.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Let's go.
And him to be doing good too, man. He's a truck driver now. He's driving truck. He's making good money. He's always on the road. He's doing, you know, providing for his family. Yeah. And it was a great night.
Shout out, boy.
Yeah. Shout out my boy Raj, man.
Yeah. Shout out to Raj, man.
and the fam.
Yeah, and he's a good reason why because I know Sly. You know, I seen you before from Allah's Sly, but him too. Like they all share your stuff, so. you know, the more I see people sharing your stuff, the more I know who, like, but you blew up, you know what I'm saying? But he's one of your, you know, he's always been
Oh, that's my
supporting you.
brother. That's my dog,
Yeah, he's
man.
been
Like,
supporting you for a
yeah,
minute, bro.
absolutely.
All right, so
Absolutely.
tell me, tell me where you from, and tell me a little bit about your childhood of growing up.
Okay, so like I'm from everywhere for real. Like
Okay.
growing up, I never lived anywhere more than 2 years.
Mm,
I grew up with a single mother, and my sister Harmony.
okay.
My dad, he lived in, he was from, he's from Blackford, Ohio, and then lives in Ohio, Fostoria and Findlay area.
Mm,
But what happened was, I'm without going too deep into detail, I
mm,
mean, my dad had a bad drinking problem when he was with my mom, and she had family out in Tacoma, Washington, and so in order, like, he used to black out and do things that could have put me in jeopardy as being her child in her stomach and stuff. So
mm,
she took off to Tacoma, Washington. I was born out there. She came back, remarried him, fell into the same situation with him, got pregnant with my sister, and then did the same thing. Had to dip
mm,
again because she was like protecting us, and
mm,
so we lived out in Tacoma, Washington for a while with my aunt, and we like moved around. My mom didn't graduate; she didn't even have her GED. She had to do all that while we was out there, like struggling. You know what I mean? We moved back and forth
mm.
so much, bro. We moved
Damn.
back and forth to Ohio. I lived in Toledo when I was in fourth grade. I lived in Fostoria. Well, I lived in Fostoria when I was in first grade, second grade,
Damn.
third grade. Then moved to Toledo. But we were always moving houses. Like we
Yeah,
never lived anywhere like securely. And it wasn't her fault. She was just trying to provide for us
for
and make
sure.
things work. And she ended up going to school, getting, getting, going to vocational school and getting her stuff together and working as a banker and providing for me and my sister.
Okay.
But I just moved. I lived everywhere, bro. Like I didn't like live anywhere at one place. And that's just what molded me into the man that
Mm-hmm.
I am for real,
Mm-hmm.
and being able to meet people. And because all I used to do when I was a kid, man, is like I'd be the new kid at school and I just find the bullies and I used to beat up the bullies, bro. And I hated
Yeah.
bullies because like my stepdad, so I had a stepdad for a
Mm-hmm.
while, right? And it didn't last very long, maybe till I was 9 years old. But it was from like the time I was 5 till I was 9. I had a stepdad, and he was very abusive. Used to beat on me, and used to be very abusive with my mom. He didn't do anything to my sister, fortunately. But I didn't like bullies, man. He
Mm-hmm.
was a bully, and the only he'd pick on my mom, and then when I'd step up, then that's when I would catch it because I'd always be sticking up for my mom. But so
Yeah.
I just take that frustration to school, catch the bullies and be handling that. And then I created friends that way. So I always was like amongst the underdogs. I always liked that. It got me in a lot of trouble growing up because I never had fought for myself. I was always fighting for somebody else. When somebody had a problem, they would come get me and I
Mm-hmm.
would go handle that.
Yeah.
And that's even what happened when I was 15. I got in trouble for a shooting, my first time getting catching a felony and going to juvie.
Mm-hmm.
But it wasn't even over me. It was over dudes shooting at my homeboys and stuff. And my boy coming up to me like, where you got, I need a strap, bro. And I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, nah, I'm gonna handle that with you. Like, where they at?
Mm-hmm.
Like, so we went hunting for him and caught up with him and was handling that situation. And that whole situation was because something happened to one of my friends and I wasn't feeling that. So
Mm-hmm.
like growing up everywhere, it just helped me to, be kind of a chameleon and adapt to my surroundings and situations. And prison was easy for me too after, going to prison and being through that, you go to different joints and stuff, you have to adapt and go through. And 9 times out of 10, I was amongst peers that I had when I was 15 in juvie. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Because it's a revolving door
Of
and it's a
course.
continued cycle. Once you're in it for a minute. It's really against all odds that you ever make it out of that.
Yeah.
But yeah, like just growing up, man, I was everywhere, bro.
Yeah. And then so being like having a single mom and like was like missing your dad was a big struggle into your life, or like did you ever have like, because me, I have like issues where I felt like I never had that guidance, and I was always looking
Yeah.
for that father figure, and
Yeah. maybe
like I always got caught up with my own looking at what they was doing and shit. Did you have like this shit like that?
Oh yeah. My oldest cousin, Chico, man, was he was it for me. He was my idol, bro, and just how he carried himself. He always, he had all the ladies, he had all the money, he had all the work, he didn't take nothing from nobody. He could handle his business. He was in and out of prison, just handled it as a man. And me looking at him, looking up to him, I just wanted to be like him. And that's what I ended up being like for real. In and out of prison, the ladies, just handling whatever business, standing on my 10 toes down and being a man. And it's crazy because he ended up getting 2 life sentences. And in the feds for kingpin. And great thing. He, after like 17 years, and he, when he got in, he's always been smart, you know what I mean? Very smart. He got into that law library, bro, got himself back into court, got stuff thrown out, and he's been home for like 2 years now. And he's got his CDLs and he drives truck. And I was just talking to him like about a week ago.
That's awesome.
And he just tells me like, we could always be whatever we wanted to be. We just wanted to be the wrong things.
Yeah.
And if we had, if we had known father figures, all that stuff, if somebody would have directed us in the right direction,
absolutely,
life might not have been as hard. But I am where I'm at now, so I don't really cry over spilt milk.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
And how important is it now that you know all that and you're a grown ass man? How important is it for you right now to be a good example for the little kids that we don't even know, but they're looking at you right now, to set the good example instead of a bad example? How important is that?
No, it's very important. I tried. So whenever somebody, like, people send me videos and stuff of their kids like singing along to my music, or they tell me stories of their kid being like, that's all they want to hear is Chances, or they want to hear Alive, or whatever song on the record that they listen to. And I always try to send back a video to the kid and tell them, like, do good in school, like, continue doing good. I'm so glad that you love my music. You know what I mean? I heard that you're a good kid. Like, I tell them positive things, and I try to give them like some motivation to be better. You know what I mean? And even with my like nieces and nephews and everybody, I try to be a positive influence. And that's important.
Yeah, that's important because like you said, like, your uncle probably didn't even know you was, wanting to be like him. He was just hustling and bustling and doing his thing. But you being a little kid or whatever, however old, you're looking at him like, damn, I'm trying to be like my uncle.
Yeah.
But now you doing the right thing, being, doing your music, fulfilling your dreams. Now these little kids will be like, damn, I can fulfill my dream.
No, absolutely. That's what I try to make sure that everybody knows, that no matter what, if you put your mind to something and you work towards it, there is nothing that can stop you but you. There's no age limit on it. There's no race limit. There's no limits to anything that you put your mind to. As long as it's the right thing, you can actually achieve it, as long as you put the effort into it and continue. Like, there's times when, I've thought about quitting. There's times that it's been rough, that it wasn't easy to continue, but you got to fight through those moments, and you got to know that it'll get greater later. And as long as you know that, like, it'll happen. Eventually, it'll happen.
Yeah, consistency, right?
Consistency is key, bro.
Yeah. All right, so let me see. How important is your mom, bro? How important is your mom to you?
Yeah.
Because she's a single mom. And how important is she to your music career?
Well, the crazy thing is she's not single. So her and my dad ended up getting remarried.
Oh, for real?
My dad, they're doing great too. My dad, he's been a recovering alcoholic for like 30 years now. Okay. So it wasn't long after that he realized he had lost the greatest love of his life, you know what I mean? And he started turning his life around, and he stuck to it. And now they're happily married, and they're my biggest supporters. But my mom is my everything, and she knows that, and I'm her everything. You know what I mean? I'm her firstborn, so it's like there's a special bond that we have, and she's stuck by me. Everybody, my sister, my mom, my dad, they've loved me unconditionally. But my mom has been there. Like any visit that she could be there, she would be there. There's nothing that would stop her from being there for me. Even when I tell her like, Mom, don't, she had to do it for her, I mean, to feel good, just to make sure her baby's all right. So like the love I have for my mother, like I'm telling her right now, like pick out a house, like whatever you want, like pick out whatever you want, because it's coming. It's about to be here. Like you're first on the list. Like I'm taking care of you before I take care of myself. Yeah. So that's my heart right there.
Yeah, and then she's the one that got you like involved into music. You said she used to play guitar and stuff.
Yeah, my mom's a Jehovah's Witness. I was raised as a Jehovah's Witness as a kid. And so they used to have get-togethers and stuff, and my mom would play guitar, and I would sing with her at these get-togethers, like with the microphone and stuff. And then like in school, I don't know how she did it or who she would talk to, to make it happen. But like when there would be a choir concert there'd be a concert going on, like they would always stop and have a little spot where me and my mom would come out and play guitar and sing in front of the school. And I know there's some people that are watching this that remember me doing that in like Riley School and Field when we were kids. But yeah, that's, so I've never been afraid of a crowd.
Guess what?
What's that?
I grew up Jehovah's Witness too.
Are you serious?
Yeah. My mom is Jehovah's Witness, my grandma, my sisters, all my aunts and my whole entire family are Jehovah's Witness. And I grew up Jehovah's Witness.
So you have a strong moral foundation.
Yeah, and I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, absolutely, bro.
Yeah. I know the music things you're talking about. I know the Bible study, the preaching at the doors, the Monday, the Wednesday, the Sunday.
Our family probably knows each other for real.
My mom probably knows your mom. They probably go to assembly together.
Yeah, absolutely.
Downtown Toledo and all that.
My dad just did a talk up here not too long ago.
Yeah, my mom and your mom know each other.
For sure.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, that's what's up, bro.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
Yeah, and then now I know why I had a good feeling about you from the moment I met you. When you just told me that, it just like perked me up, like, because I think Jehovah's Witness, if I was to pick one, like that's the one I would pick, because that's the one I was raised in, and I just feel like there's some solid people in there. You know what I mean? I'm not really, I believe in God, but I haven't picked a religion to just go into yet. You know what I mean? I grew up in that one.
When it comes to religion, so it's a touchy subject for me, as far as like I know the Jehovah's Witnesses, like they get a bad rap and stuff, but they go strictly by the Bible. It's that they don't, celebrate holidays and stuff like that. And there's reasons for that. But they do celebrate the one thing that Christ, told us all to remember and to celebrate was, his death, his dying for our sins. And but the other thing that I, the way I look at things as I mature is, some people need structure in order to be better and to move towards to have purpose. Some people need that. They need that congregation. And I don't believe that there is just one true religion or one group of people that are going to make it beyond those last days, past Armageddon and stuff. I believe that God is a reader of your heart, and that he is going to judge you upon how your heart is and your disposition as a human being and how you lived your life. And that's how I live my life.
You're like a mind reader, bro. That's how I feel too. Because I grew up Jehovah's Witness, and I know the love of them, but I know a lot of good Christians, Catholics,
Muslims.
Every religion. There's some good at. Because like you said, as long as they believe there's a God and they're doing everything good, man, like that's it. That's all you got to do.
It's the disposition of your heart.
Of course.
If you want what's best for others and you try to be a good person, I look at things as, we're all God's children. And that is a fact. I mean, we all are God's children. So you got, as a father, there's nothing I wouldn't do for my children. And my children can mess up multiple times, and I'm still going to love them and try to make sure they're good. But it's hard for me to say that if you're not my religion, or if you're not this religion or that religion, you're not gonna make it. Like that's not, to me. It's, to me, what I believe, and you know, at the end we'll all find out one way or another what it is. But I truly believe that it's the disposition of your heart and how you carry yourself from day to day.
Yeah.
Whether you're a good person or whether you're for the wrong things.
Absolutely. And I 100% agree with you. I think you as a person is gonna, like, God's not gonna say, oh, you did everything right your whole life, but you weren't inside that church. Like, God's really gonna do something. I don't believe. I think God.
My mom and dad don't believe that either.
Yeah,
they tell me that too. Like, you know, some people are like stern and they're like, oh no, if you're not the. No, my parents, you know, my dad's the elder. My mom's been a witness since she was 15.
Wow.
And so it's like, you know, they even say, you know, we don't know. We can't say, you know, who is and who isn't. We just know what works for us.
Yes, sir.
And all we try to do is spread our message, and I respect it.
Yeah, I respect them too, man.
Yeah, for sure.
That's awesome. My mom's in that stuff. All right, so tell me about your musical journey. How did this all even start?
Well, it started as a kid. But like, you know,
your mom got you a little bit into it.
Yeah,
involved.
playing guitar. I always messed around with the guitar and
in church and stuff.
Yeah, and that's like the foundation of it there. Then I moved with my dad when I was 12 because I got out of control for my mom couldn't handle me, and I was in the streets heavy, and so then I moved with my dad, and my dad gave me his record player with his old record collection, and it was a massive record collection, and I was grounded. So like I had all this time to sit and put all his records on the record player and listen. Like I was listening to Funkadelics, Heat Wave, Michael Jackson, like the Thriller album. He had the Cheech and Chong album with the roll-up paper, all that stuff. Like I just would listen to everything, like Bootsy Collins, Ohio Players, the Gap Band, Kool and the Gang. The Beatles. I listened to so much diverse stuff. And with my mom, I used to, you know, she had like Phil Collins. She had Simon and Garfunkel, Linda Ronstadt, John Denver was like a major influence, and I didn't even realize that till recently. Like,
so your mom and dad's like a biracial relationship?
Yeah, multiracial, bro. Like we're mixed. We got so much mixed. My dad's mixed. My mom's mixed.
Oh, okay.
Like with so much, but like
so you had all different kinds of music, different genres, everything like blended in.
Yeah, and I never like been one to be like I always believe like good music is good music. I don't like there's good classical music. I might not listen to it. I might not ride around listening to it, but I can enjoy some if I hear some. You know what I mean? It just depends on what it is. There's rock music. There's everything. So like it wasn't far fetched to my family for me to make this transition. They was always like, man, we always knew you was gonna do something, something singing, like, but you know, to everybody else, and it's been really crazy. Like at first, like when Chances was released, I'm wearing a cowboy hat in Chances. You know, I'm playing the guitar, and it's got a country feel to it. You know, it's kind of country, but it's not. You don't really know. It's kind of weird, but it's dope, and you're like, I don't know. You know what I mean? But a lot of dudes be like, oh, yeah, he's wearing a country hat. You think you're a cowboy. And I'm sitting here like, bro, if you think about it, like drive from this city to any other city in the middle of June. And if you ain't smelling pig shit and horse shit and cow shit out in the fields, what do you think that is, bro? That's agriculture. That's country. We got farms. They got farming classes in all these little cities out here.
Absolutely.
Like, so if we're not country, I don't know what is. But we're city country. We're city country. So we're urban country.
Yeah.
We still do the street stuff. We still are about that life. I mean, Toledo is one of the most about it cities there is when it comes to that life. But we're country, bro.
We're country, bro. If any of my cousins come from Miami, they'd be like, damn, this shit country as fuck. They'll be downtown and they're looking around like, damn, look at this country ass.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because they're in Miami.
Right. But fools be in denial here, like,
we're like
country. Because, but the other thing is the assimilation with country is that it's racist, that redneck means racism, like all these things that aren't the case. Like I'm being down in Nashville and being in all these southern states and stuff, Kentucky, West Virginia, all around. Like, man, it's been nothing but love, bro. Like they accept me with open arms and they think I'm getting ready to start rapping. And I start singing and they'll be blown away. But it's never been like, oh, you better get out of here. You ain't none of that. It's always been love. And that's what I've told everybody is the energy. Like I love the energy. The energy's different. I've been in the rap game, since I was a kid, bro. And I put in my work. I gave them my time. I paid my dues, and I stood on my 10 toes. You know what I mean, as a man, and gave my life to that. But that ain't what I'm devoted to. That's not the right energy. I'm not on demon time. I'm on God's time. You know what I mean? And right now, the way that things are going, and a lot of people don't talk about it, and I get it and I understand it, but there is sides that have to be. You have to choose a side. You cannot be on demon time and then go to church on Sunday.
I believe that.
You know what I mean? And it to be okay. You got to pick a side. And right now, the side that I'm rocking with, this country stuff is so crazy because they're about God, family, and country. That I respect it. You know what I mean? They're not with Joe Biden. They're not with the crazy stuff that's going on or whatever. And I'm not saying, if you're rocking with Joe Biden that you're wrong or anything. That's your choice. But what I'm saying is like the things that I'm seeing in this country genre that I'm in right now and the people that I'm meeting, man, is so accepting and it's not racist in the slightest bit. It's just they judge you on your character as a man. And if you ain't on the right things, then they ain't gonna be on it with you. But if you for the right things, they accept you with open arms, and the Southern hospitality is crazy. So I love it, man. For real.
And then so like down there where down there you see a bunch of like artists and stuff like that. You've been hanging around with a whole bunch of different artists.
I've been hanging out with Yellow Wolf a lot.
That's dope.
Tasty, Kasky. I got a song coming out with Best Believe and my dude Kingry from Indianapolis. Shout out to my boy King Roy from Toledo. That's my brother. That's my partner. I'm getting dumb love from the artists, bro.
Yeah, that's crazy. And all this started. You used to rap. Okay, so that's how it all started. You used to be a rapper, like a local rapper around here, Toledo, or around.
I mean, I was all over.
You said you was all over.
I mean, I was doing my thing, but every time I was about to really blow up or make something happen, I got locked up because I was still in the streets. There was no in between. Shout out to my boy Swink, man. I gotta say shout out to my boy Swink because I was holding on to this music until he was like, bro, you need to let this music out. You need to release it all. Like, you gotta put an album together and release it because my album dropped August 4th and we're sitting here today. What is it? October 4th? October 4th? Yeah. So 2 months ago. And 2 months ago, I've jumped leaps and bounds in this country music than I have in 10 years of being a rapper, bro.
Wow.
Or, you know what I mean? It's like, so I know I'm on the right path. I know it all like played its part into what, where I'm at now.
Absolutely.
But it's crazy what has happened in the last 2 months.
Yeah, because you know what, like when, Jelly Roll was like a local or was like a rapper type deal. And then there was one song, like, I forgot what it's called, like Save Me.
Save Me, yeah. I did a cover of Save Me. It's got like over 300,000 views right now. And then
when he posted that, he even put on his Twitter, I just posted a different song. I don't know if you guys are going to like it. Boy, that song blew him the fuck up.
Yeah, my dad, my mom, everybody loves. That's a song from young to old. My son, my 4-year-old son sings it. Like, it's one of those songs that it only takes one song to really change your life. Yeah, and it's like Diamond Ring is starting to do that for me. Diamond Ring is starting to change my life.
That one's a good one too.
Yeah, and shout out to CNN Mikey because we just shot the video and he's the lead in that video. Okay, and I just got the rough draft back today, man, and it's crazy. It's gonna be a movie, like a real movie. Okay, so I'm excited about that one. Yeah,
that's dope. That's dope. CNN Mikey, that's pretty sweet. I just had him on the podcast.
Yeah, that's my boy, man. That's my
dope.
bro.
Yeah, that's dope. You guys are both doing big things, man, in the city. I'm really proud of both of you guys, man. So, so So rapping led to this, and then now, man, like this, it's just like coming full circle. Like everything, all that stuff that you've been going through, like your whole life. Now you can actually, like in your country songs, like let it all out. And it's
Yeah.
not like rapping where you have to rhyme everything. You actually can like tell your story, and it's almost like you're listening to it like through a story.
Yeah.
Like you're singing, you're getting them, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Everything rhymes and shit.
Yeah.
But man, it's almost like, damn, you can, cause I don't know, rapping, they tell stories too,
Yeah.
but it's like sometimes it's too fast and not everyone, but when you do a country song, bro,
Yeah.
you can actually listen to it, you feel it. And I'm not even a country type of person. I like Jelly Roll, I like stuff like that, but
Yeah.
your songs hit, like your songs like
Thank
really
you,
for
bro.
real. They
Yeah,
hit
I got my boy Rod say he's like I'd rather drink a Bud Light than listen to country music when before he listened to my
yeah.
album, and then he listened to it. Now he's wearing cowboy hats. He's coming to the shows. He's like, bro, you turned me into a country boy.
Yeah.
Like I'm here. Like
That's dope.
so, and a lot of people are telling me that like you're making me love country, and that's what
Yeah.
I love, man. Is when people will open up, you know, and allow themselves to be vulnerable to something that they're not really comfortable with, and then see that it, you know, it's just a stigma, man.
Yeah, yeah.
It's gonna be whatever it is.
Of course.
You don't have to be a country. You don't got to be a redneck to listen to country. You can just be you and just love music.
Of course, yeah. And then I believe that too, if you want to do something special, you got to become someone new.
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
believe that.
Absolutely.
Because if you would have met me a year and a half ago, you wouldn't even notice me. I was like 300 pounds. I didn't have a podcast. I was just cleaning houses. But I said, man, I'm going to start, fasting, working out. I wanted to do a podcast. So I had to transform myself into Big Yogi'Z Garage. Let's go, working out. I had to create that persona because I want to help people lose weight. I want to help people, on the podcast and stuff. So I had to create the new Yogi. I'm not the same person as 2 years ago.
Absolutely.
And then you too. You had to change your whole persona, right?
Yeah. In order to evolve, because everything, the world is evolving, music is evolving. You have to be able to reinvent yourself. Mm-hmm. If you're afraid to reinvent yourself, you're gonna be a dinosaur. You're gonna be stagnant. You're gonna be stuck in your old stuff. Your flows are gonna sound like the early 2000s. You're never gonna progress and move forward and elevate and evolve with the music. Mm-hmm. And that's one thing with me, and anybody that knows me, they know that I've never been afraid to reinvent myself, and I always tend to stay relevant, no matter what, no matter how much time passes. I can stay relevant, and that goes with not being afraid to reinvent yourself.
Yeah, and now the cool thing is now that you're gonna meet all these new artists, you're gonna be able to do whatever you want.
Oh yeah,
you want to do a country song, you want to do a rap song, you want to do a country song and collab with Mexican OT.
Well, that's actually in the works right now.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna do a record with the Mexican OT. Like,
bro,
that's already in the works.
That's man, he is dope.
Fire. I love his records, man.
Yeah, me
and
too.
Houston,
I listen.
Standing up for Houston. I used to be in Houston heavy, man. That was my
for
spot.
real?
Yeah.
So yeah, man, like now you'll be able to do now you can do whatever you want because you just dedicated your time into one thing for a second, and now it's gonna open doors to do multiple things.
Absolutely. With Edward Crowe believing in me, bro, he really opened the floodgates.
Yeah.
Like, he is the key. He's the key to make it all happen, man. And I can't thank him enough, man. My parents, they was on the phone telling him how much they love him. Mm-hmm. They haven't even met him in person, and they love him just for what he's done for me and what he's doing for me. So that's awesome. A powerful thing.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. That's a good ass dude. Shout out to Eric. What is it, Eric Crowe?
Edward Crowe.
Edward Crowe.
Zilla.
Yeah.
Smile gang.
Let's go.
Happy birthday, Smile gang.
Let's go. Hey, so I want to ask you, how important is it to be true to yourself?
It's the most important thing there is. You can't go through life being somebody else all the time. Eventually, you're going to show yourself for who you are. Mm-hmm. And if you don't know who you are, then how can you be true to yourself? You know what I mean? So you got to continue. You got to know yourself. You got to embrace yourself. You can't get caught up in what TV shows you as being cool or what you're supposed to look like, what you're supposed to sound like, what you're supposed to eat, what you're supposed to wear. You don't get caught up in that. Once you realize that, do what you want to do, that's what's up. That's trend setting. That's cool. being yourself and being the best you that you can be and being good to others will get you way farther than trying to be somebody you're not.
Yeah. And then do you believe that having your own unique style and your own unique music is why, you know what I mean?
Oh,
Because
yeah.
you don't want to just copycat another person, right?
Yeah. I don't even listen to, like, I'll listen to somebody's song one time. I don't listen repetitive. I don't learn the words to other people's music because I don't want their music to influence my music.
Yeah.
That's why my music doesn't sound like anybody. I continuously, like, I just vibe on my own frequency, bro. I don't be riding anybody's wave at all.
That's awesome. Yeah, because like that, you don't get all this influence and try to start sounding like this guy and that guy. You just, because your creative mind is enough. You don't need nobody else's creative mind in there. So you write all your songs?
Yeah, I write all my songs, bro.
Okay.
Yeah.
How about if you get big enough where, you know, like let's say like a big known writer is like, hey man, I think this song's perfect for you. Would you be willing to do that, right?
Yeah, absolutely. In country, yeah. In rap, I wouldn't.
Okay.
In rap, I would never, like, wouldn't even entertain like singing somebody else's song because I'd be like, that'd be selling out. That wouldn't be staying true to yourself. But like in country, it's different. They do covers of each other's music, and it's kind of like paying homage. You know what I mean? When I'm gonna be collaborating with some big writers, like my boy Ali's got some things linked up with like this dude that's like 60 years old, bro, and he wrote hits for Paul McCartney and just like all type of, he's got platinum plaques and he's a major writer, and he wants to link up because Ali sent him one of my records and he was like, oh yeah, I would love to, and he knows, shout out to Mary for hooking it up with Ali's because that was her people. But Mary hooked it up, and dude was receptive and said, okay, I'll be back in Nashville on the 10th. So whenever you guys get down here, let's link up. So I have no problem like getting together and writing. That's part of growing. You gotta, I had, somebody told me a long time ago, you gotta learn to be comfortable with being uncomfortable. And when you can do that, then you can step outside of yourself and you can elevate and you can create something that you would never be able to create when you were just stuck in your little bubble of what makes you comfortable.
Of course, because like that's the only way you're gonna grow. You gotta feel that uncomfortableness to actually get the growth. Yeah. Because if you're just comfortable all the time, you're never doing anything with your life.
You're never doing outside of anything of what you already do, and then you're gonna stay stagnant.
Yeah, because when I started this podcast, I was like, man, I'm gonna be uncomfortable talking to people, but like I'm getting better as I go. Yeah. And I'm learning how to do all this stuff. Yeah. Yeah, because I feel the same way, like what you said. All right, so your team, man, Allah, Sly, all them guys, man, I don't know all their names, but I know a few of them. Tell me, how did you build such a great team, and how important are they to you?
Well, me and Ali's met when I first got out of prison in 2015.
I always say Allah's. What is it? Ali's?
Yeah.
Damn, my bad.
Yep. And but he was with the group MBK, and my boy Grant, rest in peace, that I met through my boy Jamie Kame. Grant was managing them. We went up to Detroit. I met Ali's. Me and Ali's was cool. We've always crossed paths and never, whenever we seen each other, it was always love. But I knew he was plugged, bro, and I knew that he could make some things happen. And he heard the music and he was like, bro, let me see if I can't get it to Zilla, bro. If we could get Zilla to at least just give us some direction, we could take this thing so far. And my boy Sly was with me. He was like setting up shows and shit, set up shows down in like Covington, Kentucky and stuff. And he just was like, hey, bro, I believe in you. Anything that's mine is yours. Whatever you need, I'm there. And so it's like my team is dudes that showed support from the bottom and didn't want anything in return. They just believed and they wanted me to win. And I was like, man, if I win, you win, we win. And that's how it's gonna be. And so that's where we're at right now, man. Luckily, Zilla ended up seeing my diamond ring video in the jewelry store come across this feed, and he was like, who is that? And then he seen it was me, and then was like, oh, that's who Ali's was trying to get, because he thought I was a rapper. He didn't even want to listen to the music.
Oh, so he didn't even give a shot at the beginning.
No, he didn't even listen to the music, bro. When Ali shot him some stuff, so then he hit Ali's up like, hey man, what's up with your boy? What y'all trying to do and stuff? He was like, shoot, let's get a meeting. We trying to chop it. We trying to see what's up. So we got a meeting down in Nashville, went down there. By the end of the meeting, we had decided that we were gonna sign, we were gonna work together. And so later on that night, we ended up kicking it, hanging out some more. Then the next day, he had invited us that night to go shoot, to be in not Jelly Rolls, but in Yellow Wolf's new video. So me and Ali's is in Yellow Wolf's new video that's going to be coming out off of his new album. That's insane. And we started building that relationship from that time. And there's just so many things, like, you know, I'm about to go do the Slum American photo shoot and Murder Cigars photo shoot for branding and stuff. They're about to make me a face of a lot of things that they got going on down there. So it's about to happen fast, bro.
Damn, that's cool, man. I'm glad. Hey, I'm glad I got you. I'm glad I got you here, man. So how important is your team?
My team, your team is everything. You can't do everything by yourself. You got to be able to delegate responsibilities. And my guy, Rocky Love, taught me that. So, you know, get people that you can trust that can handle stuff, not somebody that's just going to say, oh, I'm his manager, and then hang out with you everywhere and just try to get girls and try to, you know what I mean, just sit around and do nothing for you for real. Make sure you get somebody that knows people and that is willing to do for you what you can't do for yourself. And that doesn't mean give you money and take care of you and you live off of them. That's not what a manager does. A manager goes and speaks on your behalf and puts you in better positions. Yeah. And once you got that kind of team, people that will work for you when you're not able to work for yourself, then you can't do nothing but elevate.
Yeah, that's dope. Yeah, I'm trying to build. I got Brandon. That's kind of me and Brandon is a 2-team thing. We're trying to do the same thing. Tell me about your drive, man. Your drive and your motivation that keeps you waking up every single day and makes you like keep going.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, you know, even in prison, like every day I woke up and I worked on music, and I knew that when I came home that I was going to succeed in music. There was never a question like what I was going to be in life. And I knew what level I was reaching for and what I was capable of. It just was like, how is it going to happen and when is it going to happen? But you got to have that drive. You got to you can't listen to other people. You have to know within yourself that you are going to be whatever you put your mind to. And if this is what you want to do, you're going to do it and you're going to achieve it. And you can't let nobody else dictate whether you're going to or not. Even if they're a gatekeeper. There's more than one gatekeeper. And if there's a will, there's a way. And there's nothing more true than that. As long as you have the will, you're going to figure out a way to make it happen.
I believe that too. I preach that every single day. Okay, so how do you get success?
Success, like my man Rocky Love told me, success is when two things meet. It's when opportunity and preparation meet. That equals success. You can't have success with one and not the other. You can't have preparation without the opportunity. You can't have the opportunity without preparation. When both of those two things meet, you have success. And fortunately for me, I've been preparing and got the opportunity. So now success is 2024.
Yeah, I want to ask you that because I've heard you say that before. Yeah. And I feel like that's a metaphor for my podcast too. Absolutely. Because these 70, you're going to be episode 72. These episodes 72 is my preparation for one day I'm going to hit something, you know what I mean? Absolutely. And hopefully it's this one. Hey, let's go. Come on, let's go. Like, share, comment, let's go. Subscribe, baby.
For sure.
You know, I mean, I know that one video is going to go off one day and then boom, Big Yogi'Z Garage is going to be a little bit
and
more.
they always want to look at your back catalog too.
Yeah, and they'll come back and they'll look at my stuff.
Absolutely.
And then I'll be able to get, you know, to me, it's not about getting the biggest names or nothing. It's about giving local people here in Toledo the opportunity. It doesn't matter who it is, but I want to get big names too, you know?
Absolutely.
But I want to have a mixture too and give the little guy or the, you know, the regular old, like, you know, plumber time for him to tell a story also,
Yeah,
you know?
everybody has a story, bro.
Yeah.
It's about capturing that and for people to be able to find jewels in what you share. If they can find jewels that they can relate to in their life and maybe one thing that is said that can help them to move forward and to elevate into a better person, it's all worth it. It's not about whether the person's famous or not. It's about the experience.
Yep, you're right. And then anybody could tell you one thing, they'd be like, damn, that whole 2-hour podcast was garbage, but that one thing he said, man, I'm going to take that and put it in here because I might use that later on.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I know. I believe in that too, man. All right, so this is a question that I wanted to ask you. Okay, so there's a song that you have. It's called Real Fake. It tells you a story about, is that story true? Is that the one that, like, is that how you ended up going to prison? Can you tell me a little bit about your prison story? Why you went to prison and all that?
Yeah, I went to.
Are you comfortable to talk about all that stuff?
Absolutely. I've been in and out of prison, since I was 15. But my last case, which was my biggest situation.
Is that the one that gave you your name, F1, right?
Yeah. So I had been out only 4 months before I caught this last case, and I had my other case was a gun charge, and I was getting back on my feet. I was in the streets. I was doing my thing, and I was the plug. Like my people, I knew I was the connect. I should say shouldn't say I was the plug. I was the connect. I was connected to the plug, and my one of my family members, two of my family members came to me, and they was like, "Hey man, can you put us in position? I'll vouch for him, and we'll work together, and we'll make our bread together, and if we get in trouble, we'll stand on our own. You know what I mean? We don't want to put you in no bad situation, but we need help." And I didn't want to at first, and then I ended up giving in and putting them in position. And long story short, one of my family members stopped. The other family member kept going, and he had a habit, and I didn't even know about it. And he got out of control and ended up being his best friend was a CI, his right hand man. So he was dealing with the police the whole time, damn near, and he got jammed up. And long story short, he testified to the grand jury that I was a supplier.
Damn.
And I had been pulled over at a certain point, and I had money that had tied back to. I only had like 4,200 on me, and 2,350 of it came back as marked bills from sales he had made. And so with him testifying to the grand jury, and then that marked bills, that was 2 forms of circumstantial evidence, and it was enough for them to case me up.
Damn.
And so I ended up getting 8 years. I wouldn't cooperate. And they wouldn't go under 8 years unless I cooperated. And I stood on mine. I took my time and came home better for it. I can't say he's better for it, but it is what it is.
Yeah, it is what it is. I have a similar story. I went to prison. Someone snitched on me, and I went to prison too. It was someone that I trusted. It was a roommate of mine, and it is what it is, But we got to move on, man, because like that kind of built us to become who we are,
Yeah.
Do you feel like you're stronger from all that shit?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Way stronger. And you can't hold on to that negativity. So I had to let that go as well. His life is he has to look at himself in the mirror. He has to live the life that he lives, and he can't be around mine.
Yeah.
No parts of it.
Absolutely. Okay, so what was the main thing that prison taught you?
The main thing prison taught me is that people lie, but time tells the truth. So, when you get in prison, dudes want to come up and be your friend, and they're really quick to try to be your guy in the block. What are you in here for? Talking to you and stuff.
Damn.
And
dude, I know exactly what you're talking about, bro.
And anybody that's been locked up knows that because that's what dudes do. But
keep going.
You learn to keep them type of people at bay and to sit and watch, and who they truly are will be exposed in a matter of time. So people can tell you anything they want. So people lie, but time will tell the truth.
Yeah, that's absolutely true. Right when I got to prison, dude, there's a group of Cubans, because we were Cubans, so I had to be around all the Cubans, So as soon as I got there, there's a couple that came up. It's like, hey, man, that one right there, he's bad. That one's this, that one's that. And I was like, all right, cool. When it all boils down to it, he was the motherfucking asshole. That dude was cool. They was all cool.
Yeah.
He's the one that was a piece of shit.
Yeah,
so you're right, man. Yes, that's a good one. All right. Do you regret the prison thing, or do you look at it like it's like something where it was a good thing for you, even though you lost a lot of time.
It was absolutely a good thing for me in the long run.
Do you think you were like too fast paced, and now you're more mellow down?
I'm way more mellow, and I think things through and I move accordingly. I play chess. I don't play checkers no more. I think ahead many moves, and sometimes people don't understand that, and that's okay. They'll understand that later in life, or they'll understand it when they see me where I'm at. And they say that not everybody can go with you when it's time, and that's why, because not everybody is on the same mindset and they don't believe. But prison showed me that whatever I put my mind to, I can do. I was doing things in prison that people thought wasn't possible. We was making music and there was no studio. I made a studio in there. One way or another, I figured out ways to get the studio up in there. And so I understood, if I can do this with nothing, then when I'm out there and I have ability to have anything in my hand, I can be successful at whatever I put my mind to. So I understood that.
And then another thing that I seen when I was in jail was like, man, like I seen people just in there playing cards, and like they were doing like 3 years, right? They were playing cards and dominoes, and then they would be like, hey man, it's time to go. They would be leaving prison and they never learned nothing.
They didn't learn nothing.
So I was
the same stuff.
Yeah, so I was like, when I went there, I had my mom, my sister sent me a bunch of books, and I would just read self-help books, and I kept trying to learn and learn and learn, because I knew, I was like, I got 3 years. I ended up doing 6 more months. I ended up 3 years, 6 months, because I went to immigration, because I was born in a different country. So them 3 years, 6 months, I just learned as much as I could, because I felt like I need to take advantage of this time. So when I get out, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
When I get out, I want to be able to be smarter. I feel like I lost. Do you feel like you lost 8 years? Like you got to catch up? Do you feel like that? Or no?
I feel like I used it like school.
Yeah, okay.
Like it was my school, because I didn't have time to learn all the things. I was moving too fast out here. So it was my time to go to school and to get my master's at what I'm doing.
But now that you're out, do you feel like, man, I lost a lot of time, I got to get going? Do you feel like that?
I did feel like that, but you can never catch up on lost time. You can only just make the best of the moments that you're in. Live for the moment. Live in the moment. Not for the moment, but in the moment.
Okay. I need to learn that, because I still feel like, man, like, damn, I lost them 3 years. Like I seen people that are like, making a lot of money. Now they're realtors. They're making, they're selling all this, and they're younger than me, and damn, I still haven't really, I still feel like I haven't made anything. Like I got my business, I got my podcast, but I still feel like I'm behind the 8 ball a little bit.
You're right where you're supposed to be, Brody.
Okay.
You're right. You got to trust God's plan too. It's not just about your plan. It's God's plan. It's bigger than us.
Okay.
And your path that you're on will help so many other people. It's not just about you, but you have to learn what you have to learn. You have to experience what you have to experience in order to move forward and to evolve. For sure. Yeah. You got to train yourself to think that way. You can't get caught up in what other people are doing too, because a lot of it's smoke and mirrors, bro. A lot of it's not what it. These people will pretend to be living great and be doing dirtball bad, bro. It's all smoke and mirrors. It's all for show right now.
Yeah, because I'm trying to make this successful, but I'm like, I live basically month to month. You know what I'm saying?
A lot of us do. I'm not rich. I'm not out in the streets hustling right now. I'm not doing. I'm neither. I'm living. I'm living. I'm not balling out of control. And even when the real bad comes. I understand. I'm not going to blow it either. I'm investing in real estate. I'm investing, bro, in businesses.
Be smart.
I'm not buying a whole bunch of jewelry and doing the stuff that I did when I was in the streets, bro, with that easy money. It comes easy and it goes easy. I'm not on that. I want to build something for my children for when I'm gone. That's what this is all about. This isn't about me anymore. It's about them. I want to make sure my boys is good when daddy's gone. Like they don't have to go through what I went through.
Absolutely.
And that's the real legacy right there.
Build an empire.
Yeah.
All right, so let's take a little break real quick. I got to use the bathroom, and then we'll come back and finish the podcast, all right? Okay, so we're back from break. I went to the bathroom, and okay, so now that you're doing all this crazy stuff, but how did you get back on your feet when you got out? Like, how did it all start? Would you get out of prison? Who picked you up?
So my sister Harmony picked me up. My mom didn't know I was getting out. because
Okay.
what had happened was when I was supposed to get out, the county came pick me up for child support, back child support. So
Oh man.
it was messed up all the way around. So my mom was dang near having a mental breakdown for real,
Mm-hmm.
because she thought they weren't gonna let me out of, I mean, I wasn't coming home for
Mm-hmm.
another few months or something, and she was already ready for me to come home after 8.5 years waiting
Mm-hmm.
on this date, and it not happening. So my sister picks me up, and all this was recorded on Facebook, and
Mm.
that's really how I started getting attention. As soon as I got home, my sister
Okay.
recorded me popping up and my mom seeing me and breaking
Mm.
down. She broke, she lost it. She just cried.
Damn.
She just cried on my chest for like literally like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And it was one of the greatest feelings to be able to, you know, for her to be relieved.
Yeah. Because you're her
And,
baby.
yeah, no, absolutely. But we caught it on and posted it,
Mm-hmm.
and it got 10,000 views overnight.
Oh
And it was
shit.
like, then everybody's paying attention to me. You know what I mean? So with that attention, like I started you know, going live and doing like, making music and stuff, and people were just on it. I had a song called Pieces of My Heart, and that followed up, and I was getting thousands and thousands of views on stuff. So Felonation was gaining traction. My brother Crunch, Ernesto, he was like, bro, you got to come live with me for a few months and see how things are, bro. Like, get back acclimated into society, because it's not what it was when you left, and I don't want you getting jammed up again. And so staying with him was really powerful. Reheat the all just my nephews and my nieces. Like, it was just I needed that family time, because I was like, I coming out, I was everybody's like, man, calm down, bro. Like, it's cool. And I was like, and I just thought I was regular, but I guess I was on point all the time. Like,
You was
I was real
tense.
tense.
Yeah.
And I was ready, and I was always alert, and I was watching. And like my nephew Khalid, he used to be like, man, Unc, you always look like you ready to fight. Like, and I'm like, nah, and it just be us, and I'd be like, nah, I'm just chill. Like,
Yeah.
but it was, in me like that, from doing so much time to be on point. And so I went, what really put me back in position, I went to do an interview with Country at Hot 973.
Okay.
And while I was there, Rocky Love came, and he was like, or no, somebody was like, hey, Rocky wants to talk to you. He just wants a minute of your time when you get done. So I was like, okay. So I went and talked to Rocky, and he was like, hey, tell me about this Felonation. And I was like, so I was telling him about Felonation and how, it's not just about the felons, but it's about the families, it's about the children, it's about everybody that's involved. And I want to start a nonprofit organization that helps families go to visit their loved ones that they don't get to see, that are incarcerated, because there's a lot of guys that get moved hours and hours away from their family, and their families has no money barely to eat and survive, let alone spend money to come down and gas, or have a vehicle to come down, then stay in a hotel and all this stuff. And so one of the things I want to do with this nonprofit that me and Edward Crow, my manager, because he's a felon as well, this nonprofit that we're going to be doing together, is to set up a program to where the incarcerated man or woman, whoever it might be, even kid, can sign up once every 6 months to have their family, like up to 5 people, bust down and put in a hotel for the weekend and come to see them for like 2 days out of the weekend. So at least that'll give them at least 4 visits a year, as long as they, try to stay out of trouble. We'll have little incentive things that they can work towards to be able to do that. But that's very important for people, not because the high recidivism rate of incarceration is so high, and a lot of it has to do with people coming right back home to nothing and not even knowing their family, anymore. After so many years, people change, you know what I mean? Or people aren't around. So you want to keep that family bond, that closeness for people to feel like they have a foundation when they come home.
Absolutely.
And so that's part of what we're trying to create. But so I was talking about that with Rocky, and Rocky was like, bro, well, we have this time slot that's about to open up because St. Dave just went up to the #1 time slot, St. Dave's from 2 to 4. And then Country's going to get his CDLs and start truck driving. We're going to have an open slot. Why don't you take, what do you think about, taking his spot? And I was like, man, I don't know what I don't want no job. Like my PO was on me to get a job and I'm sitting here like, I don't want no job, bro. Like I'm lightweight in and out the streets right now anyways, doing my thing. And I'm like, I don't want no job, man. And so I was like, hey, can I have a little bit of time to think it over? He's like, yeah, for sure. You can, reach 100,000 people every night and I'll let you talk about Felon Nation and do yourself. I was like, okay, I see. So talked to a couple of the homies and stuff there. It's like, bro, you're a fool if you don't take that job, bro. That's crazy. So I ended up taking the job, man. And I took the show from like #8 to #1 in the region within 6 months. And it was a crazy experience. I had like dudes calling from prison and stuff. Yeah. Like giving shout outs on their cell phones and stuff to their family.
What was the show called?
It was On the Yard. On the Yard with F1.
Damn, that's dope. Yeah. I think I was in prison when all this, what year was that? 2015?
This was 2018. Oh yeah. And 2019. And then
I got out in 19.
Yeah, it was right till when COVID hit. That's when it shut everything down and we all got laid off. And then other opportunities opened up for me. But that was like, that's really how I was like solidifying myself in the city amongst the artists and stuff, because I was given dudes that would never get a chance to come on the radio, an opportunity to come on and like host my top 8 at 8 and then talk about whatever they had going on. And so I got a lot of respect from the dudes in the city that was making music. And I built relationships from that I still have.
Yeah, that's cool. That's how one time I was on 97.3 with St. Dave, and that's cool, man. That's a cool experience.
That's my bro, man. That's my dog. At first, he told me too, and I don't mean to cut you off, but he told me like when I first was like coming in, he's like, dog, I didn't know how he was gonna be, man. I knew you was cool because I knew you from around the way and stuff. He was like, but I didn't know me and you was gonna rock heavy. He was like, now you're my brother. Yeah. You know what I mean? We got close because I'm just a good dude and he's a good dude, and it was like we rocked heavy, and I actually put a good word in to get him his job back at Hot 973, get him back in there, and really talk to him back into that position to get on the radio, because the radio needs him, man. The city needs him in that position. Man.
Yeah, he's good, man. And one time he came on my podcast, so then he invited me to go on the radio station, and that makes you feel good. Like you said, when you used to invite people, like that makes you like that builds a bond within all them artists that you invited, all them people you invited. Yeah. And then they're like, man, that F1 is dope, man. He invited me on the radio. And that's the same way I look at Dave, because they give me an opportunity. Because I interview people, and I like to give people opportunities, but it feels good like when someone asks, me questions too, like, So I think it's kind of cool that you guys did that, and you guys built all them great bonds. So I wanted to ask you, who were your main supporters, like throughout your whole prison and even now, like who's your main supporters and that kind of stuff?
I got so many supporters, but my main supporters, my mother, my sister.
Especially when you were locked up, right?
Oh yeah. Mom, your sister. I got a lot of support. I mean, my mom, my sister, Samantha, my brother, Crunch, Heatha, Anna, I can't even name everybody, bro, because they'd be mad at me if I'm missing names and stuff. Everybody. Like, so I got so many supporters, so many people that really have my back and have Raj, like so many, bro. Like literally so many people. Jamie, Tez, like Tamer, so many people, bro. I can't name. Like I got such a support system right now. And it's not because of where I'm going or anything. It's just when you're a good person, bro, I feel like you have people around you. That's why I feel like when people come to me that have nobody, I have to look skeptically and say, why do you have nobody?
Yeah, why?
Did you burn all your bridges?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I still won't leave them alone, but I still have to know why are you coming to me out of all the people that you could come to? Because I'm not coming to you if I have an issue. I got people
like,
that I'm close to because I've never burned bridges.
You're thinking like, why am I the first choice?
Right.
You got so many friends and family.
Right. Now why can't you go to them? Like, and I understand if they don't have anything because you know my people come from, you know, from nothing too. And I understand it. And then
we come from the mud.
Yeah, we come straight from the mud, bro. Literally.
Yeah.
And it's so yeah, my support system is everything to me. And they know I'll ride to the ends of the earth for them. Like there's nothing I won't do for them.
It's beautiful watching you walk into a bar or wherever, a show or whatever. The restaurant, I seen you guys come in like a group of you guys, all dressed nice, hats, glasses. I was looking at, damn, these motherfuckers coming deep and nice too, you know, presentable. You look, you play the role of what you're doing.
Yeah, absolutely.
You're not bullshitting.
Yeah.
You're actually taking what you guys are doing and actually take advantage of it and creating this good persona, walking into the place, you know, presentable, ain't bullshitting, ain't laughing around. You guys are just chilling, saying hi to everybody, taking pictures. I love that, man. It shows me that hard work pays off. You know what I'm saying? Because I watch all your stuff, and knowing that you just got out of prison, I mean, a few years ago, but you've created this persona, this person, and like you've actually went full blast into it, and you're actually walking into a place and you're standing up for yourself, and like that's like dope as fuck, because I believe that you have to like create, like I said, like almost like an avatar and become this next version of yourself. And I see it in you guys, man. And that means that you guys are going to move up because you guys aren't playing no games.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Hard work pays off. Consistency is the key.
Absolutely, brother.
Yeah. All right. So, okay, let me see. I want to ask you some more questions. All right. Do you have anything to fall? Okay. Do you have anything to fall? I know this is not like I'm planning on you becoming fucking the man, everything. You know what I'm saying? But if everything hits the fan, do you have anything to fall back on besides the radio thing and all that?
So what I did over this past year is I got my CDLs, and it was only 5 weeks, bro. Like 2 weeks of classes, and then 3 weeks on the yard, and then you could take your test, and you can make 6 figures a year. Like I wanted something that I know that I could, that, you know, the street money is street money, but that stuff don't last, and it comes with looking over your shoulder all the time. So like I wanted something that was going to be able to afford me the lifestyle that I like, that I want, to be able to have my family comfortable and stuff like that. And I love to drive. I don't have a problem driving. I'm not afraid. I whip them trucks around like it's nothing, bro. I passed my test on the first time, and most people don't. And I'm not saying because I'm better than anybody. I'm just saying that I really put my mind to it, and I did it.
And you're a good driver.
Yeah, and I happen to be a good driver. And so like I made sure that if anything should happen, because you never know what can happen.
Absolutely.
And that I have a means to take care of my family without putting my life at risk for prison or any of that stuff. So I got my CDLs, and so I advise anybody that's out there chasing the dream too to make sure that they got a backup plan. Don't just put all your eggs in one basket and say I'm gonna make it and I don't have nothing else. Make sure that you go to cosmetology, get your nails, do hair, do something, drive truck, be a barber. Get a trade, learn a trade, go to vocational school while you're chasing this dream, because this dream is not guaranteed in no way, shape, or form. And you always want to fall back. Yeah. You want something that you can fall back on that's not going to give you penitentiary chances.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's pretty cool. That's why I got my cleaning business, but then I got this podcast, because either one, I'm trying to make them both successful.
Absolutely.
But at the end of the day, I got one of them is gonna have to always be, bigger than the other. Hopefully they're both successful. Is the CDLs, did you ever drive and did you ever make money? Is that what helped you get out of the game?
No. So I had back surgery. So I got my CDLs May 25th. I had back surgery May 30th. So I had my L5, which is my disc in my lower back, was pinching my sciatic nerve,
Damn.
causing severe pain down my right leg. It happened from working out, a workout injury. I was curling and I curled, got to the end of the sets, and instead of using my arms or using my legs to push up and curl, I was using my back, and I popped my L5, and so it was pushing onto my sciatic nerve.
Damn.
So bad that I had to walk with a cane.
Damn.
And take they weren't Neurotins.
Yeah, they're like some
they were
nerve
like
pill.
some nerve pills and stuff that I had to take. They were Neurotins when I was in prison though, and I had to take them for a while whenever it would act up. But it got to a point where it was so bad. So I struggled through like the ending of my trucking class because I'm driving like this, and I'm taking pain pills. I'm not telling them I'm taking pain pills, but I'm taking pain pills enough to make it through because I'm sitting in the truck all day, and I can't. It's just excruciating pain. I get surgery on the 30th. I move back in with my mom and dad. So I've never lived with my mom and dad in my whole life. They were split up since I was a kid, got back together when I was grown, you know what I mean? So
But you had surgery, so they needed help.
So I needed help, bro.
Yeah.
My mom was like, you need to come stay here. And I still didn't want to do that. I'm like, man, I ain't going home, man. You got me messed up. Like, I'm not living at home when I look at... Exactly. And so I was like, so I swallowed my pride, and I came home, and it was like the greatest thing for me. Like, a bonding thing with my parents. For them, it was some closure because they got to be, I don't know, it was kind of strange because they never had that. We got to talk a lot about things growing up, a lot of things that my dad didn't know, and we just bonded. We got closer. My dad's one of my best friends now, one of my biggest supporters. My mom's always going to be my closest, but my dad is one of my best friends right now. We got a great relationship. And so that worked out really good. But what I did was I got my CDL right before my back surgery. So I don't know what I would have did if I failed it the first time. And then I don't know. But it worked out. I passed it, got my back surgery, laid up at my mom and dad's house, and was there for a couple months because it was really bad. And then literally I got to focus on my music. My dad was like, look, you ain't got to pay no bills or nothing. Why don't you really just focus on your music and take this last shot to really like make it happen for yourself? Because I know you can do it. And it was like, so that was May, June, July. I finished, released, I uploaded the album July 28th into the system. It came out August 4th. Literally smoking after that. And 2 months later, I got signed. I was down in Nashville less than 2 months. It was a
So you haven't even used your CDL?
I haven't even used. I haven't had to yet. I was like, I'm gonna have to drive my own tour bus. Like that's what I'm gonna use my CDLs for.
But you got them. Yeah, be like, hey, you can take a break. I'll drive half an hour.
Right? Yeah. I told the bus driver,
he can have it.
I got this, break. Bro.
That's
I got
funny,
it,
man.
But yeah,
that's awesome, man. That's good, man. That's good to have something just in case. But man, you ain't gonna need that. Like you said, you probably just give the bus driver a break.
Yeah.
Do you believe, like me, that you have to follow your dreams at all costs?
All cost is a very dangerous thing to say when you have a family.
Okay.
It depends. But if it's a realistic dream, don't ever give up.
Okay.
There's difference between realistic and non-realistic.
Okay.
There's some people that are chasing something that they'll never catch. Doesn't mean that they're not going to be great at something else. Doesn't mean that they didn't give it their all. There's no such thing as failure, only lessons. You know what I mean? Like, I don't believe in failure. Like, if you attempt something and you don't achieve it, it doesn't mean you failed at it. It means that you had to learn a lesson that's going to prepare you for something else in life. You don't know what that's going to be. My boy A-Lies is a prime example to me. Dope rapper, a part of a group that was on tour with ICP and thousands and thousands of fans, MBK. He's now a part of my management team. He is an extension of Edward Crowe with me because of taking me to them, and because he created that relationship while he was with MBK. If he didn't have that relationship with Crowe, with Edward Crowe, I wouldn't have this deal.
Absolutely. That's
So
great.
him playing that position, he didn't fail. He succeeded. And he put me in a position to help him win. We're winning together.
Yeah.
As I win, he wins. And the other thing is he creates my merch. He's the designer of my merch. I told him, you're not going to get rich off of being my management. You're going to get rich off of this merch that you create, because you're a designing, like you're a graphic designing monster.
Yeah.
He doesn't just do my stuff. He does Yellow Wolf stuff already. He does
Ritz.
Yeah,
Ritz. Yeah.
He does so many people's low key though. He does it so low key.
Yeah.
And he owns a barbershop. Multiple forms of income. Multiple streams.
Yeah.
So
So someone can look at him like, oh, he's a failed rapper, but he's not. You know what I mean?
not even close to a
Is that what? Because I don't know. I don't know.
That's
him
what
at
I'm
all.
saying though.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying though. Like,
But like he's growing so many different ways that.
and I mean, he's got songs with Ritz. Like we just went to what's that? Not Saginaw, but Lansing, Michigan, for a show that he did with Ritz.
Yeah. So he created all those connections, which created all this great movement for everything else that's coming.
Yes, he is the soul. Excuse me. If it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be in my position I'm in right now.
Yeah.
And that's a fact.
So he's a success.
I'm not saying I wouldn't have another position or I wouldn't, but this is the greatest position I could. This is the position I dreamed of.
Yeah.
And he was the linchpin. He was the one that brought that together and made that happen.
Okay, so he's the connection that you needed, that opportunity.
Yes.
Somehow that opportunity which led to another opportunity.
Yes. He was the opportunity. He created the opportunity.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's awesome. Shout out to Laz.
Lies. You know what it is? Smile gang. Gang gang.
Let's go. He's about to be on here pretty soon too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
okay.
my brother.
So tell me a little bit about your role models growing up.
My role models were just drug dealers, man. And I ain't even gonna lie about it, man. Prison gangsters, man. Gangsters. That's all I
Like
looked up
old
to.
school caddies on 20s,
Oh, yeah.
Rams, uncles with thousands in each pocket.
Yep.
You asking for a 20, they give you 100, that kind of shit.
Yeah, knots. If you ain't
Like
carrying
this.
knots, it ain't making no sense. Like, yeah.
I know exactly who your role models are.
Yeah.
Even though I don't know them, but I
No.
know who you're talking about.
Yeah. Because I was them.
Yeah.
We were them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We became them.
We became them.
And then we were somebody else's role models who became us.
Yep.
And it is a cycle that never ends. And it's a
Yeah.
cycle that's vicious as hell.
And a lot of people that I was role models to are locked up right now, like my little
Absolutely.
cousins and stuff.
Absolutely.
So that's why I'm doing what I'm doing right now.
Absolutely.
I'm becoming a better role model because I don't want none of my cousins to ever be in prison because of me.
Right.
Or because I led them the wrong way.
Absolutely.
You know? That's why I love doing all this.
Yeah. I wanted to go to prison. I had to go to prison. In my mind, in order for me to be all the way legit of what I needed to be, I knew I was going.
Yeah.
I just didn't know how. Yeah, I couldn't wait.
Yeah.
Real talk.
I know what you're talking about.
And that's that's the mentality. That's the I don't give a fuck mentality. And that's not. It's wrong.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We shouldn't never not give a fuck, because there's too many people that give a fuck about us
Yeah.
for us not to give a fuck. And then
That's
that's that mentality, bro.
This is the mentality that I grew up with. The judge sentenced me, boom, 36 months, federal prison. My uncles are they're over there working on a house. I walk into my uncle's house. They're like, what happened? I'm like, 36 months. These motherfuckers start clapping. Congratulations. Now you're going to be a man. That's what they told me.
Yeah.
They were happy. 3 of my uncles, they all happy. I went to my dad's house. My dad's like, congratulations, let's smoke a blunt. I was like, Dad, I'm on parole. I'm on a supervised release. He's like, fuck them. They already gave you a sentence. We wrote up a blunt, smoked a blunt. Like, that's the kind of people that I had around me.
But they don't know no better either.
No,
It's
they
a
didn't know any
vicious
better.
cycle.
Yeah, they didn't know. I'm not saying they didn't know no better. They was happy. They was like, yeah, finally you're gonna be the man that you were meant to be, because you're gonna learn something new.
Yeah.
And but really, it taught me a lot.
Yeah.
I learned how men moved because I never knew, like, I was kind of like just like on my own my whole life. So I didn't, like, once I got to prison, I was like looking around like how clean they are. You know what I'm saying? Everybody taking good ass a shower, brushing your teeth after every meal,
Yes.
clean cut.
Hygiene
Everybody
on
got
point.
the lotion. All the men, you know what I mean? Because I had open dorm. It was a 72 bunk. It was like 40 bunks.
Yeah.
So it was like 80 people in my unit. And there was a bunch of tables, TVs, 9 showers, stalls. So, like, they had everything had shower curtains, but you could see the people going over there, putting their lotion on.
Yeah.
And I've never been to prison, bro. So I'm looking at everybody like, man, I'm looking like when the days they're clean. I never knew that all these grown ass men could get everything accomplished. They need a new TV. They'll be like, we're going on a strike, no eating. Boom, all of a sudden the prison get them a TV.
Yep.
Like, they just work together, and I kind of found out, like, damn, men are powerful.
Powerful.
Bro, when we get together and we do things, bro, we can move mountains.
Absolutely. But it's for the right things.
Yeah.
When you learn how to use your power in the right way, bro, you can accomplish things. And that's part of, I studied the 48 laws. 48 laws of power. If anybody's listening right now to read any book, it would be the 48 laws of power, because it changed me.
Okay.
I used to talk too much instead of listening. I used to show my hand. I used to reveal my plans. I used to do so many things that were just backwards, that were working against me at the end of the day. But 48 laws, it helped me understand that, like, the power of silence. It's in human nature to want to know what the other person is thinking. It's a fight or flight mechanism. So if I stay silent, you don't know whether I'm a friend or foe. You don't know how to read me. I wear sunglasses not because I want to look cool. I wear sunglasses because not everybody is invited to look into my soul. And some people might be intimidated by the way I look at them.
Yeah.
There's multiple reasons, but some people hide behind sunglasses because they're afraid of people seeing the real them. So there's multiple different things that you got to look for in characters and in mannerisms and things that you learn from prison that can help you be a better man as you come home. I think it made me better. I don't think I needed it.
Yeah.
I don't think I needed that much time.
Yeah. You could have did like 2 years.
I could have learned these things in like 2-3 years.
Like 3 years
at a time. But it comes. Oh, my bad.
No.
I thought it was my chain. But it comes. It's all a part of God's plan at the end of the day. And I'm not saying God plans your whole life out, but He knows what He needs you to do. And for me, where I feel like I fit in, is I feel like I'm a voice for good. That I make it okay for people to smile. And you don't have to mean mug to be tough. I'm tough. I got many people that will say that I'm never a bitch.
Yeah.
I'm not afraid to smile. I'm not afraid to be a good person. I'm not afraid to tell my brother I love him. Because it might be the last time we see each other. Absolutely. I understand how fragile life is. I understand that holding grudges is like the dumbest thing you can do over the pettiest things. And that's why every time I'm on a live, I end the live with telling my people, like, if you're holding a grudge, go ahead and let that go, because tomorrow ain't promised. I promise you, you'll feel better. I just don't want you to regret not being able to let that negative feeling go, and then you'll never be able to get it back. When losing somebody when you're on bad terms is one of the worst things that can happen to a person.
Yeah, man, that's the worst.
And I don't want the people that follow me. The people that follow me, I always try to drop jewels with them. Anything that I wish someone would have told me when I was a kid. You know what I mean? And when I say I love them, I love them. I love them and I don't even know them. They're my brothers and sisters. They're not my fans. They're my brothers and sisters. And I look at everything that way, and I move in that way, as we're all God's children. And that's why I feel like that's why I'm in a position. Because everybody that always told me is like, oh, you're so dope, bro. You've been dope. Why didn't you ever make it? Probably because you never sold your soul. And I'll be like, you're right.
Yeah, you're right.
The devil knows I'll never sell my soul.
I don't know.
You know what I mean?
I believe that we should treat I don't know if I do this myself, but I try to treat everyone like they're your own children. Like, you know how the love you have for your children. I mean, you can't, do that all the time, but like try to treat the majority of people like you love them, like your children, like give them the opportunity, respect them, listen to them, make sure you put yourself in their shoes when they're talking to you.
Yeah.
Maybe they're telling you something about their pain, but you're over here thinking about something else. No, put yourself in their shoes, think about what they're saying, feel their pain, bro. Like you can actually get a good conversation if I actually get inside your shoes and I'm in your head and I'm actually inside this conversation listening to you. That's how you get a really good conversation. That's how you can build a good bond with somebody. You know what I'm saying? I love that shit, man.
I've bought shoes for inmates that I didn't know just because I seen their shoes, they were so bad and so messed up. And I, my dudes knew that they could eat out of my box. Whatever I had in my box was theirs too. If you was gonna go hungry, we gonna go hungry together. If I got one soup, we splitting that mug. We both gonna have half a stomach full of soups, bro. Like that's how I live my life in there. That's how I live my life out here. If I and the guys that are around me, the people that are around me are all the same way. Most of the guys that are around me are guys that I was locked up with, and you'll see it. My boy Tez, my boy Jamie, like my boy Clegg, and I got all my dudes, cause I had an opportunity to see who they truly were. We learned who each other truly were as men. You know what I mean? And that's rare. You don't really get to see what somebody is. Pressure bust pipes out here.
Fuck yeah.
You get close to people around here, man, and you don't really get to find out who they truly are unless you get in a bad situation, and by then it's too late. So, like when you're in prison, it does help.
It's a bad situation already.
It's a bad situation already. It's like, who can you trust? And you find out very soon who you can trust in prison.
Time reveals it all.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Hey man, but you were talking about your glasses. I think your glasses look cool. Like, because like you're always like with your glasses on. That's like your style. That's it.
Yeah, no,
you know what I'm saying? I think it looks cool because it goes with your whole style and stuff.
Absolutely.
All right, so you look good, bro. I know. Do you work out and stuff? Because I always ask people about working out, and you like fucking ripped.
Yeah, no, I'm not crazy ripped, but I mean I do work out. I lost.
You hurt your back and stuff.
I hurt my back, and I lost like 25 pounds, which helped get rid of my gut for the most part.
Okay.
And I've always been pretty fit, you know what I mean? I've always worked out in the joint, and I do calisthenics and stuff, and I got dumbbells, and I got a membership to Planet Fitness that I barely use. But I mean, at home I got the dumbbells and stuff, and I do push-ups and pull-ups and squats. And
because now you're a person of the people, so you gotta make sure
be in the best that I can be. For sure.
And that's gonna help you with your shows and like
absolutely.
Sure you're not what I mean, tired and like
I do got to get my cardio up a little better because I do run out of breath sometimes, and it gets to be much. But I love doing the shows, bro. The shows are fun. Just connecting with the people and stuff, and getting to rock and see them singing the songs and stuff. I love that more than anything.
Yeah, that's awesome. All right, so I always ask people a couple questions at the end. What's your biggest dreams for your music career?
My biggest dreams are for my music to reach the world, the entire world, to everybody, to get an opportunity to hear my music and to be able to relate to something. My dream is for it to be able to touch people and them for it to help them through a period of time in their life. Because music is powerful, and I know there's certain music that I listened to, like when I was going through a breakup or something, when I was locked up and I was dealing with some type of heartbreak or something, with a girl leaving me or whatever, you know what I mean? And then there was a song that would lift me up or give me strength to move through the moment. Or when somebody passes away, you know what I mean? Or just dealing with any kind of problems in life. Like, I want to be able to make music that people can turn to and will help them through whatever struggle they're dealing with.
Yeah, even like being out in prison, being out of prison, like your songs relate to all different situations, even cooking up with. You know what I'm saying? All right, so when it's all said and done, F1, what do you want your legacy to be?
I want my legacy to be that I loved. I loved unconditionally, and I loved everyone, and wanted the best for everyone, no matter what. And I believe in anyone and everyone. I know everybody has the ability to be great. And if you continue to put your mind to something, you can achieve it. And that's my gospel. That's what I believe in more than anything. And I just want everybody to win. There's no hater bones in my body.
That's awesome. Is there anything you want to say to your fans, or anything you want to say to anybody? Because we're about done with the podcast. So anything you want to let them know?
No.
Your last words. First, I want to thank you so much for coming on the podcast.
Thank you.
I appreciate you so much.
Thank you.
So if you want to say any last words to everybody.
I just want to say that I appreciate all the love that I've been getting, and that would choke me up. We're just getting started.
Yeah.
Like, it's about to be massive, and I know y'all know it. I know y'all that know me know that this is going to be massive, and we're not about to stop no time soon. And I can't wait to take y'all along for this ride. And so if you get an opportunity, go ahead and check out my album, Urban Cowboy by F1 of FMG. It's on all streaming platforms, wherever you go. We got the video for Diamond Ring coming up featuring CNN Mikey, and it is insane. Thank you to everybody that helped me make that. And just continue to share the music. Just share the music. It's that simple. If you love it, share it, and we could change the way the world sees things. Legit.
Yeah. Thank you so much for coming on the podcast and chopping it up with me, man.
Thank you, brother. It was my pleasure, for real.
I appreciate you so much. Hey, everybody, thank you so much for watching this week on Big Yogi'Z Garage. Make sure you subscribe, like, share, comment. I appreciate you guys so much. See you next week on Big Yogi'Z Garage. Let's fucking go!